A new low in trying to pass a drug test. Police are charging a mother and grandfather for asking their 11-year-old boy to pee in a cup.
Police say they offered him $40 and gave him drugs before doing it.
Our big story has a lot of layers, and Team 12's Erica Stapleton is peeling them back now. And Erica, what have we learned about this family?
Guys, police say this did not just happen one time. Court documents say the grandfather has been giving his grandson drugs and paying him off for the past year, and that the boy's mother knew about it for at least the past month and didn't do anything to stop it.
Mr. Davis, we want to ask you about the situation.
John Davis, accused of paying his 11-year-old grandson to take drug tests for him. Court documents say that Davis has a prescription for morphine, but was also using marijuana without a medical card. It's the marijuana that would make him fail the test, so that's where his grandson came in. He would pay his grandson either $20 to $40 to take the drug test, but that's not all. The kid had to test positive for morphine in order for Grandpa to keep getting his drugs. So he gave the kid pills. This all unraveled when the boy went to school at Lindbergh Elementary Tuesday, where employees reported the boy was showing signs of a drug overdose, and Mesa Fire had to come revive him. They say he was transported in stable condition and tested positive for opiates. Documents say the boy told his mother, Kira Lee Ruck, he felt sick after taking half a morphine pill from his grandfather Monday night and reportedly threw up 5 times. Another relative suggested taking the boy to see a doctor, but Ruck didn't do it. Instead, documents say she gave him Adderall before sending him to school the next morning. Davis and Ruck are staying at a house near the school.
Sir, we want to give you the chance to talk.
Davis was outside when we went by, but wouldn't answer our questions about what happened. Both Davis and Ruck are facing child abuse charges, but are not in jail. A surprise to neighbors who say this isn't the first incident they've seen at that house.
Neighbors also telling us they would see the kids running around outside the home unsupervised. Documents say there were 2 other children in the house, and Child Services has been called.
All right, Erica, thanks.